but we're
gonna be kind of hard on.
We're on mute. So let's start that over there. So we are back, right? We are back. Luckily, I saw that right there. We are back.
We're back, and we will
start that journey again here. Hola there, Anthony. But we are second cup of coffee, unmuted, which will be the Friday version here. And this is what we learned this week. Step number 1, unmute the mic.
Unmute the mic. Step number 2, don't let the overwhelm get you. I mean, there are so many things happening right now, always, even if we weren't in COVID, with everything that's happening right now, we would always find something to be overwhelmed about. So now we have a lot of important things happening, and I'm getting a little overwhelmed because of all the schooling, and we just found out that we're going to lose our pre-K teacher because she has some family commitments that she has to attend to because of the health crisis that we're going through. So that hit me, and I was like, okay, we're just going to handle it. I'm kind of not afraid, but Lily's gone through, the kids go through so much that we don't realize on a regular basis because they can't voice it. They're really resilient, and I'm going to give them that. But the thing is, our children, we have to check in with them on a constant basis, make sure that they're doing good and that they are going on a path that is good and happy and filled with amazingness. So I'm hoping that we stick to this path and we continue on it.
So a couple things that I'll say about overwhelm that I've been trying to implement is, 1, don't do the things you don't need to do.
Yeah.
2, if it can be pushed off to someone else, push it off. And 3 is, if it can be done in less than a minute, do it right now. Because so many times we put this off to later, and there's all these 1-minute tasks that if you could just get it done right this second, it's over with.
And especially those phone calls that you can just get done, those text messages that you can just do, those just anything that you can get off your plate, just do it. Just get it done.
What happens is you have a 1-minute task, but it goes in your mind, into your mental bank. You think about it continuously. You don't get out of the way. It drags through, and then now you only have so much mental space, right? So
and
now
this
you're
1-minute task has become a monumental
hours and
task.
Hours of thoughts and just really putting through, what should I do? When should I do it? When should I get it done? And those are usually maybe hard things, but just get them done.
Yes,
after they're done. You move on to that next task. But just putting it off and sidelining it, just because it's a 1-minute task doesn't mean that it's only taking up 1 minute of your time, because it's taking that brain space that you want to use on all your good stuff.
And I want to dig into a little bit about me. I don't deal very well with change, abrupt change.
Yeah, but unfortunately you got so upset with the teacher. I said as a passing comment, because I really didn't even think it mattered, but maybe it does.
Well, I wasn't upset. It was just I had just come off my run, and it was just it was there. And I was like, okay, let's digest and let's figure this out. So I'm saying on a broader scope, not just this. So I don't deal well with abrupt change. I deal with, I think, in the moment when it happens, I digest, but in the long term, I need to really, really ingrain things into me. That's why I like systems. When the system crashes a little bit, if there's a system, I'll go back, rearrange. And I know I'm not the only one. So when it comes to direct, right now, in your face change, I'm not good. That's what happens when I get overwhelmed. It's usually because something drastic has changed and something's tweaked in a big way, and I need to deal with it. And if I don't deal with it in the moment, then I get overwhelmed. So when I'm hit with something in the moment, that's why abrupt change is hard for me. If I don't deal with it right then, or if I can't deal with it right then, I start feeling the overwhelm. So if I deal with it right then I'm usually good.
Well, that's where you get back to meditation, not let it go so long, right? And I think I'm the opposite. I'm like, okay, and maybe I don't take it as serious. And sometimes I just need to make sure that because it's not just the effect it has on me, right? It's the effect it has on you and the kids, and I don't know, maybe the dogs, who knows? But on that front, it's that, right? And so one of our dogs, the older one, he's 14. He's lived an awesome life. Had an accident in the house today, and it was a lot because of he's getting older, but we're also so busy just trying to make sure that we're keeping all the plates up in the air, right? With the kids jumping back and forth through their classes, and we're learning a schedule, and we're trying to figure out what they're doing. So we're are we doing our best? I'm sure we could do better in places, but we're doing pretty damn good for what we're doing. And that's on top of that, I'm going to run 100 miles tomorrow.
And you're going to run 100 miles.
And I haven't figured that one out yet, but it's going to be figured out by the time I'm through that 100th mile. So
I think you have it figured out. I mean, you have
I'm running in a circle.
Yeah, we
and it could be a 500-foot circle or a 30-foot circle, whatever it takes
to
get 100 miles. Sometimes. I'm going to run in the backyard, chew up the grass. And the grass will say, what happened back there? I just ran 100 miles and maybe I'll be 3 feet in the ground by the time we get done. But on that front, yeah, we will get it done like we always do.
And we have some amazing people joining us. I think we mentioned them on our last show yesterday. We have Gabe Silva. We have our good friend Seth joining us. There's some of Luke's friends' parents, good friends.
So it's going to be a fun and it's going to be great because there's going to be a couple people that are going to push their limits out there, right? So and go farther than they've gone before. And there's going to be people there that will be massively in support of it, right? And there's just the one option to get it done, right? That's
even better, it's already done.
It is done.
Put it into your head, it's done.
So we're taking a narrative. I didn't tell you, but it looks like we have another property.
Nice.
But we haven't talked today, so that would be a little hard to tell you unless we had that.
Well, we've talked, but it's been mostly kid stuff and podcast stuff. We haven't actually hit on the real estate stuff.
We have the massively biggest day in podcasts today too. I didn't tell you that. I don't know what you guys are doing out there, but thank you. Thank you for watching this podcast. I don't know if you watch podcasts, you listen podcasts. You're watching here, but you're listening there. So, but yeah, wow. And so I didn't realize it, but there's a lot so lesson, right? I had Evan Carmichael on yesterday, right? And he talked about just wait till you see that podcast, 25 minutes of just in your face greatness. But I've done 3 podcasts now of people who have been homeless and turned their life around to massive success.
That's amazing.
And homeless in high school, when they're younger, in college, early 20s. And that just goes to show where you are isn't where you have to finish or stay, right?
Isn't that crazy though? Like they're homeless in high school and in college where we all
it's a great title, it's a great title, like homeless to a millionaire, or homeless to Disney exec, or homeless to
but
standout.
It's crazy because that's where we all think that life starts. But if that's where you start, I mean, just think about the mindset that you could put yourself in. Obviously, these people did not keep themselves in that mindset. They took themselves to the next level.
Yeah.
Actually, I just got off a great podcast with a good friend of ours, Andy McFarland, and we talked about that. We talked about giving yourself and others the permission to succeed, whether it's giving yourself the permission to succeed, having others give you the permission to succeed, or giving others the permission to succeed.
First time I ever met Andy, and I don't even know if I had met him yet, but he was speaking to the group and he gave the group permission. And you would think that's a weird thing, but we don't give ourselves permission. So sometimes when the other person or someone out there says, I can give you permission, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
So what is holding you back? We give you permission to succeed today.
Good.
And we will see you Monday. And I'll probably need new shoes. Have a great weekend. Have
an amazing weekend. We give you permission to succeed.
And since we didn't bring you in, we shall take you out. See you guys.